Everyone, and welcome to the session of training on a regular Sunday. Today, actually, we prepared some material which we've looked at earlier, which is great. As Dana mentioned earlier today, a lot of us are doing prospecting, and some of us are very successful, and some of us are doing relatively fine, but some of us are having a little bit of problem. And this could be to the type of presentation that we do to our prospects. So we thought the best idea is to get some professional help from professional networking people. And this lady that's going to be presenting tonight actually worked with Tony Robbins for a number of years. And she's going to give us tips on how to actually say the magic words. And by that, we will attract our prospects and get a higher rate of success. And we hope that you will enjoy it. There's a couple of lessons that we'll have to go through, but today is actually lesson 1, and it's a video that we're going to play for you, and hopefully that you will enjoy it, and just make sure you take notes. We have earlier sent some emails with sheets for the notes to be taken, so if you can, I don't know if you printed them, but have them ready and take your notes.
In any case, during the session with the lady, she actually asks the question. So if you haven't printed the papers, you could just write the questions down and answer them as she goes through the presentation. So if everybody's ready, we'll start now then.
Okay, so can you guys hear me? I've turned my camera off in case that makes it a little bit clearer.
Yes, okay. I'm going to share screen now.
Okay, so Martin and Walid are going to be sharing the screen with us. And I'm going to ask, I think everybody's got their videos and microphones off except for Martin and Walid and myself. I've turned my camera off, but I think the guys will turn their camera off as well to make sure that the video streams. Yeah. I know usually our sessions are far more interactive, but this is a package that we purchased. It wasn't something that was free online, and this was the easiest way for us to share it with the team. And just in the last 2 weeks since I've heard this, I've had massive change in my results. Literally, I usually recruit 1 to 2 people maximum in a month. I've recruited 5 people, or 5 people have joined my opportunity since I've started using these magic words. So please do listen in, and after you hear it, you're going to review my voice message, and you're going to see how I've been using my magic words even when we're talking to our team and just really motivating each other to get going. So please go ahead and start sharing your screen, guys. Martin and Walid. Okay, so we're just waiting for Martin and Walid to get the video set up. How's that going, guys? Martin and Walid, we can't hear you.
A copy of the worksheets, so you can actually go through and do the exercises.
This is not working.
If you do, by the end, I know you will have some huge aha moments, and you'll know how to talk about your business in a way that helps people easily see the value that's there for them. Enjoy, and remember, just by learning these skills, you're setting yourself up for some big breakthroughs and you'll be able to help a lot more people on your team too. So go for it. I'm proud of you for being here, and I will see you in lesson 2.
Can you hear it? Did you see anything?
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay, so, all right. I'll go to the next one then.
Hello, everybody. This is Sonia, and welcome to lesson 1 of the Magic Words to Selling and Sponsoring. It's lovely to have you here, and I am going to put you to work. How about that? So get a pen and something to take notes. And what I want to do today actually is go back and just review some of the most important points related to this whole Magic Words approach. So if you happen to go through some of the free videos that I offered on this topic, and some of this feels like a little bit of review, just hang in there, don't go away, because this stuff is just so important. It's so foundational to everything you're going to learn in this program. So I want to make sure everybody's on the same page and totally understanding this. And as we get towards the end of this lesson, you'll have a chance actually to do some exercises so that you can see exactly how to apply these ideas to sell more of your specific products and recruit people into your specific business. And that's my goal, by the end, that you have some great insights and some aha moments possibly, and that you leave with some new skills too, that you can use to book some additional meetings this week and even generate some additional sales from the meetings that you've got. And before we jump in, I want to just take a moment just to acknowledge you again for being on this incredible journey of being an entrepreneur. As you know, this is not an easy path. It is a very rewarding path though. And my goodness, when I look back 15 years ago, when I first started my business, if I had any idea at that time what kind of crazy roller coaster ride I was about to get on, I would have never done it. But I'm so glad that I did, and I'm so glad that I stuck with it, because here I am and I love my life. I am so lucky to have this incredible business and to have a ton of freedom in my life and to make great money and do work with real meaning and to connect with people like you. And I think too, the greatest reward for me in all of this is who I've become in the process of building my business. When I look back at who I was 15 years ago and who I am today, it's just radical, the difference. And I'm in awe of all the things I've learned and all the character I've built and the skills and the knowledge and the self-development and the confidence. And to me, why I'm so grateful for that is my greatest asset in life. That is And again, just at the end of the day, when you go to bed and you can sleep at night, knowing that there's nothing that can happen that you won't be able to take care of, and go out and make money for yourself, make money for your family, and truly be an inspiration to other people in the process. And you've heard me talk quite a bit about why this is such a great time for network marketing and direct sales. And it truly is, boy, 3 incredible trends converging, and this profession is sitting right in the sweet spot. With the crazy economy, up and down stock market, all the uncertainty, more people than ever are seeking out opportunities to have a plan to jump in, create this turnkey business from home, and reach people pretty much anywhere in the world. And with all that's going on in the corporate world, men and women especially, getting really fed up and wanting to have a better lifestyle, more flexibility, and still make a great income. There's just such an amazing impetus of opportunity sitting right at your doorstep. So, just know whatever happens here the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to be very exciting. Buckle your seatbelt, because I think the greatest years in this profession are yet to come. And even though that is true, I know that your business can still be very frustrating at times. And even though you have great products and a great business opportunity, when you share it with people, they don't always get it. They don't always see things the way you see. And I really get how frustrating that is. Excuse me, especially when you have products that can truly change people's lives and a business opportunity that someone desperately needs, and yet they just don't see things the way you see them. And if that's the case, if you're not making the sales you want to be, or you're not recruiting the kinds of leaders you'd really love to have in your team, pretty sure it's not because of what you're doing. If you're out making contact and you're picking up the phone and you're doing stuff in your business, if you're not getting results, it's likely because of what you're saying. And again, this isn't your fault. Traditional training typically has not taught these skills. And so many of us have learned from a script or just modeled, people in the industry to try and become more effective at this. And for the most part, what we've been taught isn't really working, particularly for women. And the good news is that with some very simple changes in how you communicate now and how you connect with people, they will respond radically different to you and really start to see the value in what it is you're sharing with them. And I know only too well how important this is. Years ago, I think most of you know a little bit about my story. In my early 20s, I was a huge advocate for personal development, and I was kind of a junkie. I went to all kinds of seminars and read every book on the market, and just really immersed myself in so many different philosophies and teachings, and had a chance to go and do some work with Tony Robbins, which really changed my life. So much so that I actually became a trainer in his organization. And for several years, I traveled with a group of amazing people and went in and worked with companies all across the US and Canada. And my job was to walk in and meet with the decision makers, the bosses and the executive teams, and inspire them to have me or someone on my team come in and conduct training for their organization as a way to introduce them to Tony's work. Now you can imagine, here I am, small town girl, right? Early 20s, totally on fire with life, very excited. I'm out in the big city, and my life is changing because of what I'm doing. So I'm a huge ball of enthusiasm, right? In fact, this is pretty much what I look like, at least on the inside. And my poor prospects, I would sit down with them, and this term, show up and throw up, could not have been more accurate, because I would just unleash my enthusiasm upon them and just share from my heart what this, stuff had done for me and how my life had changed and what a difference I felt it could make for their company, thinking that, of course, they have to see value in this. I mean, it's just so incredible, right? Instead, I often saw this look on their faces. That total deer in the headlights kind of glare, which I'm sure you've probably seen on your prospects' faces too, right? And for me, whenever I saw this look, I would panic, because honestly, I didn't know what else to do other than just get more enthusiastic and hope that by ramping up the excitement and the enthusiasm, somehow they would see the light and really see things the way that I saw them and see value in what I was doing. And sometimes it worked, a lot of times it didn't. And I recall one day walking out of a meeting and, excuse me, I was really upset because I had just blown a huge opportunity. And I was mad because not only did I miss out on the opportunity, but I knew that what we had as a solution would have changed that company forever. And I remember sitting in my car and just being really frustrated and upset because I had no one to blame but myself. And honestly, I didn't even need to blame myself because I just had never really been taught some of the skills I needed to know. And I remember at that point making a decision. I am going to do whatever it takes to master this stuff because I know what I have to offer is life-changing. And if people aren't seeing it, it's likely because I'm not sharing it in a way that makes it easy for them to do that. And so I got really committed, and I started seeking out people who I considered to be great influencers. And at the time, I was connected to some really phenomenal people, and people I admired because not only were they great influencers, but they were not pushy, they were not obnoxious, they were not salesy. They just really understood the psychology of sales and the psychology of influence and leadership, and they were great communicators. And so I would watch them and study and notice what they were doing. I had a chance to get some more personal training from Tony. Learned this approach that I ended up calling the magic words to influence, the magic words to selling. Because I found when I started using it, I really felt like, wow, this works like magic. And I noticed a big difference in how people were responding to me. And I also noticed a huge shift in my results pretty quickly. At the time, when I would go in and do training and conduct educational workshops for these companies, sometimes I'd have a chance to promote Tony's work and earn a commission. And I think at that time, my average commission per meeting was something like $2,000. And as I started applying these ideas, suddenly it was going up to $4,000 and then $5,000 per meeting. And I was blown away because it wasn't any more difficult. In fact, it was simpler. Just a few simple tweaks in what I was saying was making a huge difference in how people got it. And at the time, I also did a lot of cold calling. Now, those of you who, hate to pick up the phone, just remember, I had to make 300 or 400 calls a day back then. So it was not an easy thing. And I think at the time I was tracking my stats, and it used to take me something like 30 phone calls to make an appointment. And as I started applying these ideas, suddenly 3 or 4 phone calls and I'm making an appointment. So huge difference in my conversion rates, right? So I was pretty thrilled. I was very excited about what this was doing. And over the years, I had a chance to share it more with some of my personal coaching clients when I worked with leaders and companies one-on-one. Oftentimes we would do some work on this approach because it was so important to them too. And just in the last year or so, I've really come to realize how much this is needed in network marketing and direct sales, and that no one is teaching it, and that I really wanted to make a big commitment to getting this stuff out there. So in the last year, I've worked with some clients in groups, and we've shared these ideas, and I put together the free video series to really bring attention to this. And I'm really thrilled to see how people at all levels are picking this up, whether they're brand new to their business, they've been in their business a few years, or they're very, very successful leaders. They're all embracing this and finding that it's making a big difference in their sales and their sponsoring results. Just share a couple of very quick examples. Cassandra Brubaker, a lovely mom from Ontario, Canada, she learned this approach. And what was great about Cassandra is she ran with it. She really learned this and went and applied it immediately and saw some very quick changes in her business. Suddenly she was booking about 50% more appointments on her calendar. Her sales grew 40%. She recruited 2 new leaders in the course of a month. I think the next month it went up another 20 or 30%. She promoted to the next level of her pay plan and told me, wow, this is like the missing piece that I needed. Really made a huge difference for her. Yvonne Stanton from Australia, same thing. She loved her products, loved her business, found sometimes though that she either wasn't quite sure how to talk about it, got a little tongue-tied, or people just didn't really get it. And when she learned this approach, she said it was so much more comfortable. It really gave her a big boost in her confidence, approaching people, sharing the business with them. Her sales went up 30%, recruited 6 new leaders in a month. It was fantastic. And ever since has really been recommending to her team that they learn these skills too. Sylvia Walker, another great example, another busy mom from Toronto, Canada. She and a few members of her team actually went through this program, and she said she felt more confident sharing the business and even knew what to say in situations where she wouldn't have necessarily had a script. She knew how to influence people more effectively if it was on the phone, face-to-face, through the internet. It was really comprehensive for her. And together as a team, they all grew her business 60% in the course of a month. It was phenomenal. She promoted to the next level and told me this was a total game changer for her and for her team. So that was really exciting to see. So I share this with you just because I want you to really get what's possible for you and for your team as well, and to really inspire you to take a very serious look at this material and really commit to applying it. Because imagine what would happen if in the next month or so, just by learning these same tips and ideas, you're suddenly booking more appointments every single week, you're selling more of your products at every meeting you have, you're recruiting more leaders every single month, and on average seeing anywhere from a 20 to 60% increase. Now I can't guarantee that, but that's what we saw happen. So if that was even in the ballpark a possibility for you, where would your business be even 6 months from now? And that's what's exciting. That's what's really possible. And that's what I really want for all of you who are taking part in this program. So with that in mind, I want to ask you, challenge you really to make a big commitment to this program, because whatever commitment you put in will come out in terms of your results. And also really encourage you to do the lessons and the exercises in the order that I've laid them out. You'll see as you go through some of these lessons that different places will take a break. I'll ask you to go do an exercise, apply some ideas, then come back. And if you do that, then this stuff doesn't just stay in your head. It's not just theory, but you'll actually have some real life experience using it or applying it. And when you come back and learn the next step, then it just means so much more. It's so much easier to develop the next level of skill with it. And that's really the key, is practice. Don't worry about doing this perfectly. Just start using this stuff immediately. Next time you get on the phone, practice. Next time you get in front of an audience, practice. And when you sit down and have coffee, you know, use these ideas and use this terminology and just get comfortable saying these things. And if we're not connected yet on Facebook, next time you're on there, please go look at my page, Savvy Network Marketing Women, and be sure to like that. And if you have questions on anything in this program or you want to connect with me, great place to do it. I'm usually on there at least once a day, sometimes more. And it's also a great place to really plug into this community of amazing men and women, particularly women, who are involved in network marketing and direct sales. It's just an inspiring group of people, and I know you'll really enjoy getting to meet each other. And overall, my intentions for you as you go through this is just to feel really confident in your ability to connect with people, to share your opportunity, and to be able to talk about your products and your business so people easily get it. They really start to see things from your perspective. They can connect and see the value, and it's just so much easier to inspire them then to buy your products and join your team. Now, again, I can't guarantee this because that would be unethical, and I don't know you. I don't know how hard you're going to work or what you're going to do with this program, but I would say conservatively, if you go through this and apply these ideas, I would expect you'd see at least a 25% increase in your results. So let's keep that in mind as, like, you know, a very realistic expectation and goal for everybody. And what I'd like to encourage you to do actually is take a moment after this lesson and go notice what your average sales are right now. See if you can figure out what you've made in sales the last few months, get an average of what that number is, and also make a note of what your current recruiting results are too. And just keep a note of that as a benchmark. It would be really interesting in the next few weeks, next month, to come back and just start comparing and seeing how your results are changing. And as you go through this and learn this material, you will naturally just become an even better coach to your team. And that's really a big intention for me, is that you master this and you're able to help more people on your team be successful, and that this has a ripple effect that's really profound for everybody. Okay, so housekeeping out of the way, review out of the way, let's just jump in here and go back and revisit some of these key principles of the magic words to selling and sponsoring approach, and then start looking at how to apply these to your particular business. So just to remember these ideas very easily, I put together this 4-step recipe, call it the 4-step recipe to magic words. And the acronym to remember these is SEFM. And to remember that, if all you remember is, hey, through this program, I am going to sell effectively forevermore. Or because of this program, I will sponsor effectively forevermore. If you can remember those phrases, then you can remember the acronym, and that will help you remember the 4 big principles. So principle number 1, S, it stands for speak their language. And as you go through this program, that's really what you're going to learn how to do very masterfully, is speak your prospect's language. Because we tend to speak our language, meaning we share about the products or about the business from our experience. We share jargon and use, words that may not mean anything to them. And it's difficult then for other people sometimes to connect to your message. And really, at the very core of speaking their language is this acronym WITT, which means what's important to them. Not what's important to us, what's important to them. And as you go through the program here, you'll notice everything you learn is going to help you become more and more skilled at showing people, hey, here's what's important to you. I know this is what you want. Here's how you can get that through my products. Here's how you can get that through my business. E stands for end results, and that's another big piece we'll keep looking at, because as you likely know by now, when people buy your products or join your business, they really want a result. They want some kind of experience or some kind of benefit. And the more skilled we can all get at communicating that, the more powerful our communication will be. And you'll find people respond very differently when you really get good at this piece. F is for feelings, and we're going to talk a lot about this. And this is really, I think, where you're going to take your skills to a whole new level of mastery, because again, people buy your products for the benefits and the results. They also buy them because of how they make them feel. And when you can include that level of communication in your presentations, you'll find you reach people at a whole new level. And truly, this is the most powerful level of influence. So as we go through, you'll notice a lot of what you're learning is going to start tapping into emotion and how to communicate that so other people resonate. And it really is the difference between trying to influence people from their head, from their logic, versus really reaching them through their heart. And M stands for match your message, which again, we'll work on a lot through the program. And you'll find you just get more skilled at matching your message to the person in front of you. So if you happen to be speaking to a baby boomer, you'll know exactly what to say, so that person gets the value of what you're sharing with them. If you're talking to a stay-at-home mom, you're going to speak similarly, but also differently, have a slightly different message for that gal. And it sounds complicated, but it's really not. You'll find when you get skilled at a few of these things, you're just naturally going to start doing it. And this, again, is what will take your communication to a level of real mastery. And it is what ultimately makes the biggest difference in your sales, in the end results you create. Okay, so those are the 4 big principles: SEFM, speak their language, and results. Feelings, match the message. And again, as we go through, you'll notice those themes come back again and again. And where I want to go next is just to look at the classic mistakes we all make and how we can shift off of those and do something different that can immediately impact other people. And here's probably the most common one. When we talk about what we love, we often make it all about us, don't we? And I love this rabbit because the caption here, it's all about me, deal with it. That's kind of how we are at times without maybe realizing it. And how that shows up in your business, when you're talking about the products you have, the business you have, it's very likely you're speaking about it from your experience, from your perspective. And you'll use words that give that away. You'll say, hey, I love my products because here's what they did for me. I love this business because here's how it changed my life. And we can even force our opinions on people at times and say, hey, you should do this. I really think you should do this because I think you'd be great at it. And I want to be clear here, there's nothing wrong with sharing about your experience, about the products or the business. Oftentimes people need to hear that to really get where you're coming from. But oftentimes that becomes the only way that we talk about it. And the problem with that is it makes it more difficult for other people to connect to what we're talking about. They don't really see themselves in that communication. It's all about us. It's not really about them. And this is why I love this photo here. Every time you get in front of a prospect from now on, you're going to think of this. And that would be great if you did, because imagine everyone you meet has got a big, crazy antenna coming right out of the top of their head. And Why that's important is we are bombarded with messages every single day. Think about it. Hundreds, if not thousands of messages come at us from all angles, from our TV sets, from our radios, from billboards, magazines, cell phones, internet, Facebook. There's ads and things competing for our attention everywhere we go. And if we didn't have a way to tune these out, we'd go insane. You know, it's just too much information, right? So that's a very natural instinct, is to tune out as much of that information and as much of that messaging as we can. And we tune into the things that mean something to us. We tune a lot of them out. We listen for and tune into what sounds like it would be beneficial or interesting to us. So that becomes the real question then. How do you get people's attention? If you're going to connect with someone on Facebook, if you're putting out a post, if you are doing a presentation, if you're out at a networking event, what kind of communication can you use so that it gets these people's attention? They start tuning into it, right? And if we want that to happen, if we want people to tune in and hear our message, we have to make it about them. Instead of talking about us and how our products work for us and all that stuff, right? We want to quickly start sharing things that mean something to them. And I love this radio example too, because it really is like broadcasting on their channel. Everyone's got their channel set to some different station, right? And we want to clue into the station and broadcast on that station. And that station is always about them. It's not about us, it's about them. And this acronym fits in really well again too. WITT, what's important to them. So how that's going to start showing up is the next time you get on the phone to call someone, see if they'll meet with you or maybe host a class for you, ask yourself, what's important to them? If they're going to host a class for me, how can I make this just absolutely invaluable to them? How do I stress that too? If I am going in to do a product demonstration or a class, what's important to my audience? What do they want to know? What are the things that really mean something to this particular group? And how can I speak to that? When I sit down and meet with someone face to face, what's important to this person? And that's just one of the most important questions you can always keep in the back of your mind, because if you can pick up on that and speak to that, you've got their attention. You're now tuning in completely to their broadcast and their frequency. And a very simple shift you can do right away that will help with this is to shift away from using I language to using you language. And that might sound like, instead of saying, I love our products because here's what it did for me, we'll start now saying, hey, you will love these products because they will give you this benefit. Or if you join the business, here's what might happen for you. If you would like to make more money, lose weight, whatever, this can really help you. We want to just start putting everything in those terms because that's about them, right? So much easier for people to connect to that message. Means something to them now. We're much more likely to get their attention. All right, classic mistake number 2, again, one we all make, we tend to talk about the products or the business. And I love this caption too, because it says, I can see your lips are moving, but all I hear is blah, 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 which unfortunately is what happens a lot when we're there sharing in all our enthusiasm about what, the things we love, and they basically aren't hearing anything. And the reason that happens is we tend to get caught up, as you know, in sharing a lot of details. It's so easy when you love your products, you've got a great, unique product that has some really interesting ingredients, or it's formulated in a very special way, or there's just something really special and unique about your company and you want to tell people about it. It's so easy. It's like a runaway train, isn't it? You start just sharing more and more detail and get caught up describing the product and start, talking about the business and the comp plan and the company and the leadership and why it works. And, some of that is really, well, all of it really is important information, but we start to try and dazzle people with all these details. And truly, this picture, I think, is how a lot of people feel. They're just completely overwhelmed. It's way too much information. Either that, or this is what happens. They may be sitting there listening to you, nodding their head very politely, right? But on the inside, they're like completely bored, because we can't help but ask that question. So what? So what if your products have all these great ingredients? What does that mean to me? Or so what if your company plan looks like this? What does that mean to me? Most people don't connect those dots on their own, and that's our job, is to help them easily connect the dots so they can see now what's in it for them. And how we do that is we shift from speaking about the product or about the business to now talking about what the product and the business can do for them. This is where those end results come in, and we start talking about benefits or results. And this is a great question to ask yourself. What benefits, what results do people experience by using my products? How can I communicate that? How do my products, or how does my business transform people's lives? And can I be really clear when I communicate that so it's easy for them to see? And if we can do that, it is easy for people to start getting engaged because they can see now what's in it for them. And truly, you can do this a lot. I think so much of us have relied on information thinking that that's why people buy and that's why people join the business. It's not necessarily true. If you can speak 60, 70, 80% of the time about benefits and give people just a little bit of info, and they'll be much more engaged and much more likely to take action. And if they truly want those details, they will seek them out afterwards, but they're not what we want to lead with. Always want to lead with benefits. So here's a couple quick examples. You could talk about your product, right? And go on and on. Hey, my product has all these great, incredible bionic ingredients. Or we can say very simply, my product can help you have younger looking skin. Very simple benefit, very simple result. My product can help you lose weight and look great. It's a fantastic result. Everybody wants that, right? My product can help you have more energy or sleep better at night. And this is exactly the same for the business. Instead of going on and on, here's why my business is so great, here's why you should do this, just simply communicating the end result. My business can help you save money on taxes. That's a really compelling benefit. My business can help you make money while you're sleeping or not have to worry about getting laid off from your crazy company. My business can help you get set up for early retirement or spend more time with your kids. These are all very simple benefits, but again, when we communicate this clearly, the message gets through. And you've heard me say it, and I'll say it again. We want to sell the destination, not the airplane. And it's so true. I don't think a single one of us ever, I certainly haven't, excuse me, have picked up the phone or gone online to book travel and ever asked a single question about the airplane. You know, I don't really care how many windows it has or how many seats or, you know, any of the details. I want to get to the destination. I want the end result, and I want the experience. I want the feelings that come with all of that, right? And it's exactly the same with your prospects. Most of them don't really care how they get there. They just want the end result. They want you to show them how this product will change their life, how this business will change their life. And the more clear you can be, the more obvious it is to them that they need to do this. So here's where we're going to move into some exercises, and you're going to have now a chance to discover the benefits that are most important to your products or your product line. And also look at the benefits that are the most important to your particular business opportunity. And it's really easy to find this. All you have to do is sit down, ask some questions, and go through. Actually, it's all in the worksheets, this stuff, so it's really easy. But just, you know, you'll be asking these questions. Why do people need my product? Why do they need it? What problems does it solve? How can this product transform people's lives? And I know for some of you, you may have just one product, or you might have a whole line of products. So for now, what I'd recommend is pick the product you sell the most. Pick your most popular product or your most popular product line, and just work on that for now. Because as you clarify the benefits there, you'll start having benefits for everything. And just using those benefits in your communication is going to change everything. And I encourage you, just stay with these questions. See how many different benefits you can dig up, because you may find there's benefits in there you never even thought of before that might make all the difference in someone actually buying from you. And let's do it too for the business opportunity. Same kinds of questions. Why do people need my business opportunity? What problems does this business solve for them? How can this business transform their lives? And stay with those questions and come up with as many different benefits as you can. Don't censor yourself, just write these down. Because again, we're gonna go through and pick out some of the real zingers, and those are the ones that you'll use a lot going forward. And I wanna say, you know, these little exercises are really important. Of all the ones you're going to do in this program, this is probably the most important one. There, how's that for intimidating you, right? No, it's really simple actually, but I just say that because I really want you to put some time into this. Whatever you come up with here, you will use again and again and again in many different ways, many different places in your business. So of any place to really dig in and spend some extra time and really give this some thought, this is the place. And again, just come up with as many as you can for now. And later on, we'll start going through and streamlining these and coming up with the really great ones, the most compelling ones. Okay, so for homework, all you got to do now, go to your workbook. You should find it right next to the videos here on the webpage. Download that if you don't have a copy. And go through and just read up to page 12. You'll find a lot of notes there, just some review and some extra information on what we covered here today. And then you'll see the exercises right there. Just go through those exercises. They will help you come up with some really great benefits for your particular products and some really great benefits for your particular business. And definitely, if you have a chance to practice these, if you're going to be on the phone or meeting with someone, try them out. Don't worry about making this perfect. Just definitely go apply them. Get used to talking in this way and just notice how people respond. So I will leave you to do that. And when you're done, come on back and we're going to do part B of lesson 1 and take everything you've just learned here and go further. I'll see you then.
Hello, Dana.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I think we should just go ahead and do part B, and people can do the exercises later, because this is where she starts expanding on those sentences. What do you guys think? Martin will lead, because you've seen it already.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah? And then we can come back. And the viewers, I know I don't have you guys as panelists now, just because we don't want to deal with videos and voice muting on and off. But if you're okay with that, we're going to carry on. You can say in the chat if you'd like to stop and write those things down, or if you want us to go back and just pause that screen so you know what questions you're going to be answering again. It's basically what products, how they can change people's lives, what benefits, the basic benefits. Okay, they help people look younger. And then she's going to help us expand on that. The business can help you create a residual income. So we're going to expand on that in part B. This gets really exciting, actually. This is the part that's really changed my business approach. So I think let's make that decision. Nobody seems to be saying anything in the chat. Let's watch part B. It's shorter, and then we can open up the cameras and have a chat after.
Okay.
Okay, here, carry on is coming on. Okay, great.
Of great benefits related to your products and great benefits related to your business. If you haven't done that, seriously, hit pause and go take some time, because when you have that information, then what you do in this section is going to make so much more sense. So just to review quickly, we went through 2 classic mistakes in the first lesson. We talked about classic mistake number 1. We tend to make it all about us. When we communicate, we tend to make it all about us, not enough about other people. Classic mistake number 2 is we can get really caught up speaking about the business or about the products, not enough about what the business or products can do for people. And here we are, classic mistake number 3. Even when we speak about benefits, sometimes the way we're speaking about those benefits can get a little boring. I love this picture. So let me explain about that. It's not that what you did right now isn't valuable, because it is. Having a really good list of core benefits for your products or your business is a great place to start. But what we want to do now is take that up a notch, take it to a new level. And here's why. Again, think about the numbers of marketing messages you receive every single day. You turn on the TV, there's a commercial, or an infomercial on there screaming at you about how you can lose weight, or you open up your browser window and are looking at your email, and everywhere up and down the page are all sorts of ads and different people vying for your attention. And a lot of times what happens is when we start speaking more in benefits, we start to use the same words that everybody else is using. And they get too trite, I guess is the word. We start to tune them out because we hear them all the time. Think about it. How many times have you seen an ad or watched a commercial and that's all you hear? Lose weight, look younger, have more energy, right? These are very common phrases. And again, they're good. They're much better than talking about features, but we need to fire it up. If we want to stand out, if we want to really get people's attention, we want to take what I would call basic benefits and make them juicy. And when you do this, you'll find it just takes your communication to a whole new level, and they resonate even more with people who hear them. And again, I want to go back to what we spoke about last time. People, when they buy your products, they are buying them for the benefits and the end results, but they're also wanting to feel a certain way. That's what really motivates most of our decision-making process, is emotion. And same with your business. When someone joins your team, they may see very clearly, hey, I can make money at this, and I can maybe quit my job, and see some very clear results that could occur in their life because of that. But along with those results are feelings, maybe a feeling of security or relief or happiness. And so when you want to get people's attention, you want to not just share the benefits, we also want to include feelings. And the more we can talk about the experiences or the feelings people want, the more this is going to resonate with them. So let's look at just some really simple examples. What do people really want? You can describe your weight loss product, let's say, and use those terms. My product can help you lose weight. That's a great basic benefit. That statement alone is fine. But if you really want to stand out and get people's attention, you want to add some emotion to it. My product can help you lose weight so you'll feel totally confident and sexy in your bikini this summer. When we use those feeling words, we start creating a picture that people can really relate to. They can really put themselves into that picture, and they start feeling those feelings. So now this weight loss product, not only do they see it could really help them get this benefit, but they also start to feel into how they're going to feel, how their life's going to be different as they start using this product. Another example, let's say you have a great skincare line. My product can help you have younger looking skin. It's great basic benefit, right? But let's add a little bit of feeling. My product can help you have younger looking skin so you can look and feel gorgeous for years to come. What woman doesn't want to feel gorgeous for as long as she possibly can, right? So again, it's really simple, but just by adding in these extra words, by adding a little bit of feeling and emotion to it, people will connect to it in a much bigger way. Let's say you happen to represent some kind of home decor products. Can work in this case too. My product can help you decorate your home. That would be a really basic benefit, right? Maybe decorate your home without spending a fortune. Again, let's see if we can add some feelings, because everyone wants to decorate your home and maybe not have to spend a lot for it. But let's juice it up a little. Maybe say something like, my product can help you decorate your home without spending a fortune, so you feel proud and excited when people visit. Much more compelling, right? Or if you happen to represent jewelry, maybe that's what you sell in your company. My product can help you accessorize your wardrobe. Pretty straightforward, right? Key benefit. But if we juiced it up, what if we were to say, my product can help you accessorize your wardrobe so you can look and feel stylish on any budget? Again, what woman doesn't want to look great, doesn't want to feel stylish, right? Very compelling, much more juicy than just saying we can help accessorize your wardrobe. And this totally works for your business opportunity too. In fact, it might be even more powerful over there, because we could tell someone, hey, my business can help you make more money. That's pretty obvious. That's a very good basic benefit, right? But can we expand on that? Can we make it juicier? My business can help you make more money so you can feel secure that you're going to have enough money to retire comfortably. That's much juicier. People can really feel into that. They can totally connect to that, right? That's what they want. Everyone wants to make more money, but when you start adding these feeling words, wow, I could feel more secure and I would feel comfortable. I'd be able to retire without having to worry. That's really what people want. Same benefit. My business can help you make more money. Maybe we describe it in a different way. My business can help you make more money so you can enjoy your life and have time to do everything that you love. That's still a little bit generic, but you get it, right? It's like, hey, you can enjoy your life. You can have a lot more free time and really look forward to every single day. Just by adding in those extra words, those extra components, you can really bring that to life in a way that people resonate with. It's like, ooh, that's what I want. Another great benefit of your business is to do work that has some real meaning. Many people in the corporate world, man, their souls are just dying. You know, they're doing work that might even pay well, but it's not enjoyable. And many of the clients I worked with, when they left corporate to come and do this kind of business, that was really attractive to them. They wanted to do something that wouldn't just make them a great living, but would really make a difference for people. So that could be a benefit. You could stress about your business in many different places. And if you were just to say, hey, my business can help you do work that has some real meaning, real fulfillment to it, that's a really great statement. That's a good basic benefit, right? But maybe we can add a little zing to it, a little juice. You know, my business can help you do work with real meaning so you feel excited and fulfilled by what you do every single day. A little more specific, right? A little more compelling. Same benefit. This business can help you do work with real meaning so you go to bed at night feeling grateful for your life. Just a slightly different way of saying it, but can you hear how it comes to life, right? Instead of just saying, you know, my business can help you make money. My business can help you do work with meaning. That can get a little bit too canned, a little too trite, right? We want to bring this to life. We want to paint pictures. We want people to connect from their hearts to something that is important to them. And just by adding in words like that, it comes to life. My business can help you do something. So when you go to bed at night, you're just happy. You're grateful. You feel blessed. Who doesn't want that? So we're really moving now from communicating benefits, which is the first really important step of this whole magic words process, getting out of making it about us, focusing more on them, what's important to them, how do we stress that, talk about end results and benefits, but then let's take it up a notch. Let's make these juicy. Let's add some emotion. Let's add some zing to it. And to discover juicy benefits, it's very simple. All you have to do is go back and look at the benefit and ask yourself, what's the benefit of that benefit? So if you look at your business and you see, hey, my business can help people make more money or make more money in less time. It's a great basic benefit, right? But if you sit with that and ask yourself, well, what does that really give people? What's the benefit of that benefit? If people have more money, what would they do? They might travel the world. They might send their kids to a really good school. They might be excited because they could quit a job they hate and go do volunteer work, right? There's just so many extra things we can add in the mix here that take what sounds like kind of a basic benefit to a picture that's really compelling. Another way to look at this is, what do I really mean? You know, my product can help you have younger looking skin. Yes, but what does that really mean to someone? If they have younger looking skin, how do they feel? What does that really do for them in their life? You know, does it give them more confidence? Do they show up at work and do a better job because they just feel so darn good about how they look, right? Just taking it that little step further really positions you as a master when it comes to this kind of communication, and it makes all the difference in someone actually responding to you. So that's where we're going to go next, is have you go back and look at those benefits that you created, came up with a really good list for your products, really good list for your business, and just take these to the next level by asking yourself these questions. What's the benefit of that benefit? What do I really mean by this? And what's the experience that my product or business really provides? You know, if I look at, here's the basic experience, but what's beyond that? How does that really make people feel? The more you ask that question, the more you will tap into that. And then this is a very basic formula you can start using to communicate all those great juicy benefits. It's very similar to what you just learned, right? My product can help you blank, get this benefit. All you have to tack on here is my product can help you blank so you can blank. My product can help you have younger looking skin so you can feel gorgeous at any age. My product can help you lose weight quickly and healthily so you can look phenomenal at your school reunion. My product can help you accessorize your wardrobe on any budget so you can feel super confident and pulled together at your next business meeting. Right? We're just adding to it. We're just taking a basic formula and adding this next phrase so you can blank. And the first blank is a basic benefit. Second blank is more of a feeling or more of the bigger experience people are after. Exactly same approach for your business. How to communicate juicy benefits about your business. My business can help you blank, make more money so you can blank. Here's the bigger feeling, the bigger experience. You can send your kids to a great college. You can sleep better at night knowing that you never have to worry about paying your bills. My business can help you do work that's extremely fulfilling so you can wake up excited every day, just absolutely in love with your life. As you play with this, you will just find you naturally start cluing in to a lot of these ideas. And so again, don't worry about doing this perfectly. It's really just getting more comfortable with the concept and then getting more comfortable communicating in this way. So that's where you'll go next. If you go back to your worksheets, look at page 13 and read from there just through to the end. And you'll see we'll just basically take what we started with the benefits and we're going to take them and make them juicy. And this is where, seriously, things get really cool because, again, put a little time into this. Whatever you do here, you will be able to use again and again and again in your business. And what we're really after is to come up with maybe 5 awesome benefit statements that are juicy about your products and maybe 5 really good juicy benefit statements about your business. Sometimes you don't need more than that, but coming up with some of those and being able to use them again and again in different areas and customizing them a little bit here and there, you'll have some phenomenal ways to communicate value. And once you do it once, you can just use it everywhere in your business. All right, and again, practice. If you get a chance to speak to someone this week with this stuff or practice on a teammate, just go for it. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just go for the repetition and you'll find it just starts to naturally flow. All right, well, I will leave it with you there. Have fun. Good luck with all of that. When you're ready, come on back and we'll jump into lesson 2.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just going to promote everyone so that they can all tell us what they thought, okay? So you guys can, if you want to share, then please do. If you don't feel comfortable sharing, don't worry. I know we've lost a couple of people. Maybe they didn't have a clear or they just had to go. Hi, Koti. Hello, Stephen. Your camera's way up high. I could only see your hands in the air. Hi, guys.
Hi, Donna.
So what did you guys think of that? Was that interesting?
Yes, excellent.
Isn't it?
We learned a lot.
Was the sound clear? Was the sound clear for everybody?
Yes, thank you, Martin.
Okay. All right. Any further thoughts or things that you would like to discuss?
Not for me.
Can you see how this can apply to both the business aspects? And did you hear even in my message when I was introducing, hi, Mariam, nice to see you, my dear. We've lost a couple of people. We had a few more people on and not everybody wants to be on camera, but that's okay. So just, can you hear how even when I was promoting it in my voicemail, did you hear how I used it? So the benefit for listening to the video was that you, with a few simple changes, you can have a huge difference in your sales. So I used the benefit technique and I used the how it would make you feel. It would allow you to feel authentic and real with people so that you can grow your business without feeling uncomfortable or salesy. So I even used it in promoting this product, promoting listening to the webinar. And I found that it's made a huge difference. For example, I've been trying to get a feature on a Jordanian business group here in Dubai on Facebook, a woman who runs it. And I just want to give you an example of a message, and then I want you guys to feed back with some ideas that you have. But you'll hear Lama. So she was asking me what I do, and I basically said she had a competition on her Facebook group because she has a Jordanian businesswomen that are selling different things from artisans to different kind of colorful hijabs or whatever. And then once a week she does a competition where people will go to the person's website, pick their favorite product and share a screenshot of it. And then she'll pick somebody at random and give them something. But obviously it's a way to get people to go look at your website, right? And then I personally messaged her and said, I would love to be part of the competitions. And she said, great, what do you do? I said that mainly I'd like to give away some skincare. And I said, I love sharing what I've found with other mothers because it allows moms to experience amazing results, feeling younger without the guilt of spending too much money on invasive treatments. So it's very much about, I didn't talk about my products. I really just talked about how they're going to make them feel, like what the benefits, they're going to look younger and they're going to feel good without the guilt. You know, it's so compelling. It's so compelling. And as you're going to hear later in the next lesson with this woman, when you speak to the mass of the brain, that's why people who would never look at a label suddenly start questioning your ingredients, because you're actually asking them to analyze. You're giving them, my company does this, the history of the company does this, my products are this. You're speaking to the gray matter of the brain, and the gray matter goes, I need to analyze this. It's not even thinking about decision making. It's actually thinking about analysis. It's psychological. It's nothing to do with your delivery. You're speaking to gray matter analyzes. When you say, my company's founders are amazing people, you'll feel so confident representing a company that is truly benevolent. It's completely different things. Then they say, I want to know more about them. What do these people do? Then you can talk about facts. This is why they constantly keep telling us, start with why. Even when you're describing the company, why does somebody want to be part of your company? Why does somebody want to use your product? You're going to feel like your body's been cleansed. All your system's going to function better. This is going to give you vitality, you know? So we're all about feelings and benefits. And then once you trigger that interest, the emotional connection, you can give them some facts. They'll ask for the facts when they need it, you know? So just to give you, so that was one example where I immediately told her how I love to share what I found with other mothers so they can experience amazing results, feeling younger without the guilt of spending too much money on invasive treatment. Because moms feel guilty all the time, right? Then he said, you know, that's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Khalas, we'll definitely add you to the list for the competition. I said, oh, that's great. I said, I'm actually a network marketing professional. My background's in science, but I've worked previously in landscaping. I said, if you're interested, I can share a video that explains what I do. Perhaps it's an opportunity you can benefit from as well. This is where we go. Benefit, I actually use the word. Perhaps it's an opportunity you can benefit from as well, creating a side income which will allow you to relieve some of the financial stress. I'm talking about the benefit, right? And or simply have more money for travel or fun, because she might be wealthy and find me insulting, telling her she needs extra money. For me, it also gives me an opportunity to help others that are in similar situations to me, who want to spend more time with their kids, but still feel that their minds and intelligence are being used. I love it. It's changed the way I've been doing my business. I love it. Does anybody else want to say anything or see how they could use it? Martin, Walid, Mariam, go ahead.
I love it. I loved it. I love the part where it explained to me what I was doing, but I didn't really relate. Like, we start with why.
Yeah.
And how we relate it to our products is that we talk about fulfilling your roles. So when you're into vitality products, you're more energetic, so that you could undergo your roles better, so that you could have quality time with your kids, you could travel with more energy, But I didn't know the analysis of it.
Yeah.
It just made me relate why when my downlines are approaching their prospects, they don't touch that part, and then they call me, and then I happen to touch that part, but I never knew why.
Exactly.
I never knew why I moved the prospects while my team didn't move the prospects.
Yeah. Exactly. And the funny thing is that sometimes we'll do it because we're in the right emotional space, we're feeling connected, and sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
But the difference between luck
Being
and
aware,
this
being aware.
consistency. Awareness brings consistency. So it becomes a strategy.
Exactly.
And a strategy is just about being able to consistently get the same results. So it's a strategy that you can teach to your downline.
Exactly.
Martin and Waleed.
I think it's fantastic. You know, I can apply it in presentations in my professional career, my daytime job, you know, and I think it goes for Stephen and Alda as well. And even for Nico, I know he's in the paint industry. So these are really valuable things that we're learning, and that all of us can apply, not only in Jeunesse, but also in our other jobs that we have.
Definitely. Kati, can you feel the difference that this can make in how you approach your business when you're speaking to people and when you're training as you get bigger with your teams, when you're training your teammates on how to connect?
Yes, definitely, Donna. I am definitely going to reconstruct my approach to my prospects. Can you hear me?
No, come closer to computer, please, dear.
Okay. I said I am definitely going to redefine my approach to my prospects. Yeah, I've been writing everything down that you said now, and yeah, it's
Cool.
really making a big difference to me. Yeah.
Did everybody get the worksheets that Waleed sent and the PDF?
Yes, I did. Thank you, Mom.
All right.
Okay, well, I've recorded this, but to be honest, I'm not going to keep sharing the recordings with everybody because if people can't be asked to make the time to get on the training, they're going to miss stuff. But for those of you who got on and you need to review the material, I will share the recording with you for making the effort. But I just think, we had a few more people on. They stepped in and out, maybe because they lost signal. Mariam, go ahead.
I can't hear you.
Is it electronic a bit, in and out?
Hello?
Can you hear me now? Okay, we're getting a lot of feedback from other rooms, I think. Okay, so it seems that Mariam can't hear us anymore. Okay, so I might just turn off the sounds for a little bit long. I'll just mute the other screens. Can you hear me now, Mariam? No.
Yes, I can.
You can hear me now. Okay, so
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you fine. So
Yeah.
okay, guys, what I'm gonna do is we'll just turn the mics off and then unmute them one at a time. But I think what we need to do now is actually just follow the exercises. It's very often that we get all excited and we're like, this is great information, I'm gonna apply it, and then we don't, because we've all of us are quite mature and all of us are quite intelligent, and we kind of think, yeah, I've taken it in, I'll do it. But I actually think it's good to go back to the basics and actually do the exercises. So try and talk about our two main aspects is like about youth and vitality and about health. Talk about really try and take those benefits and expand it to how that's going to make you feel, or how to make them feel. With obviously our 3 mistakes, we make it about us. We should change the language immediately about not I love my products, that you're going to love these products. You're going to reap amazing benefits. It's going to change the way your body digests or whatever it is we're dealing with. And also about the benefits that apply to your peer group. For example, Stephen and Alda, there's specifics about addressing baby boomers, like this business can make you, help you make an additional income so that you can alleviate the fears of not being able to retire comfortably. It's so powerful and so compelling and so necessary. Again, I approached the business development manager for all of the Legoland and all the outdoor amusement parks. He's in the business development, an American, nearing the age of retirement. What does he want with some random little Jordanian who's like overexcited? So I literally said, look, this business, I'm looking to add powerful people to my team. What it can do for you is that, as you're getting closer to the retirement age, are you sure you can retire the way you had visioned? If not, then what are you going to do in the next 5 years to make that happen? So let's write a list and share them, because I think, the language we all use is slightly different and we can all learn from each other. I don't know if anybody wants to say something, wave at me and I'll unmute you. Or otherwise we'll call it a night, because I think I only have an hour 45 on this webinar anyways.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, great. Okay, guys, well, thank you so much for coming on. If anybody wants to stay on and chat for a little bit, I'm going to stay on for a little bit until it actually cuts me out. Otherwise, then let's catch up over WhatsApp and give some feedback on how we feel about this. Stephen, was that you wanting to say something?
No, you're fine. You're good.
What did you guys think, Stephen and Al? Did you like that?
Carry on the homework.
I've already started.
Alda's already started her homework, so.
Well done. Awesome. Okay, I look forward to some feedback.
Great. Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Okay, South Africa, Oman, Dubai.
Thanks.
We had Egypt and Jordan.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Martin and Walid. Bye.
Thank you.
Speak to you all soon.
Bye.
See ya.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Are we still connected?
Yeah, Martin and Walid and are still on with us as well. Mariam, we can chat over WhatsApp.
Okay, or we can Zoom later.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll when do you want that?
Right after. بعد شوي.
طيب, okay, so we close this and we reopen.
Yeah, give me a few minutes. I'm just gonna debrief with Martin and Walid.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So how do I leave this?
Just you just close your screen and it'll ask you if you want to leave.
I just saw it. Bye.
Bye. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you still hear me? It's
Yeah.
just us now.
Yeah.
It's such a shame that people can't be asked to get online and do something that would change their career. It's really disappointing.
Yeah. Anyway, I think there was already more people than
Seven.
and I think it's just up to the leaders and to the other people to promote it amongst the other people, you know.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, we do have to promote it and tell people more and more about it. And I'm sure that slowly the team will grow. But I agree with you, it is quite disappointing, you know. But
Jihad apologized, he's working late
It's okay.
every month. So he already
Oh.
said, I'm so sorry.
Let me stop recording.